Hey, I'm Stacy from stacystjohn.com.
And I'm Valerie from quiltdecor.com.
And we are here to help you better your B&B. Today we're talking about Amber's awesome property in Omaha, Nebraska. Val, let's dig into these Fab 5 photos.
Okay.
Let's hear your thoughts.
Well, Amber, I love your bold pattern and that you have that repeated in your Fab 5. You've got a really stylish little place here. So we love that. I think the main thing that jumps out at me that I would probably change is that outdoor photo. I think that photo is a weird angle, and so I'm not sure I'd put it in the top 5. You even have a more interesting outdoor photo you could include of a deck, it looks like, with like a swinging egg chair. If you're going to do an outdoor one, I think I'd switch it to that one. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. That's the one that jumped out at me too. It made me do a double take thinking, what am I even looking at? And obviously it sunk in as I realized it's a townhouse, and I know the intent behind including that, but I don't really think it's doing you justice, Amber.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Love it.
Okay, let's jump farther into the photos. So our first key takeaway for you, Amber, is take your places and soften them up with some textiles. So we want you to add softness with textiles. Primarily, when I say that, I'm talking about the rugs, the lack thereof. So I think that this room feels a little bit cold and uninviting, even though you've got this beautiful wallpaper and the beautiful yellow chairs are so striking. But I would add a rug in here. What do you think, Stacy?
I agree. I would add a rug, and I would also add some window coverings to, again, warm it up. It feels beautiful, but a little cold to me.
A little cold, exactly. So what will instantly transform the space even further is by adding a rug and curtains. You don't have to spend a fortune on any of these things. And maybe you could do one first and see how it goes and then add the other, depending on how much you want to invest. But adding a softness with textiles will transform the feeling of the space and make it feel more inviting, and will give your guests a better experience. So if we're going to add a rug, make sure to go under the first legs of the sofa at least, so that the rug isn't just floating out in the middle, but that it's anchored in the space. If you're going to add curtains, I would take those up and all the way out, and it's just going to make this whole room feel more finished. I would do it on this window too. It's going to make the whole room feel more finished and more impressive and more inviting.
I love that.
I want to plug Half Price Drapes for curtains, which we just used in our live makeovers we did in Myrtle Beach. How much do you love our Half Price Drapes, Stacey?
I love them.
They're fab. You can do the exact inch that you need if you want to do custom. It takes like a little bit longer for them to come in, but boy, is it worth it to get them. It was fast. They came really fast, like within a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And they are such high quality versus, and such a fraction of the price for what you can get from other places for that quality.
Yeah. Hey, Val, really quickly, just going back to this room, I want to share a quick call out that may seem very minuscule in the grand scheme of things, but I'm a person that pays attention to the little details. I think it feels very odd that we have a fireplace picture on the television when the television is right above the fireplace.
Yeah.
So I would turn the fireplace on, and I'm assuming, Amber, that that's a smart TV. I would much rather see the fact that it's a smart TV. So turn it on with all your apps showing on the TV. So I'm getting the ambiance of the fire, but again, that picture is
what they can do.
Right. The picture is working harder for you. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some lit candles over here, which I know you're going to have things to say about.
What? OMG, Amber. Bag the candles. They can't.
Bag the candles. What's your insurance say about candles?
No bueno.
No bueno. Hey, I want to point out to everybody that I recognize my sweater and this mustard yellow, like the bright yellow and the mustard yellow, do not go. And if I had anticipated this more fully, would have worn something different for this episode. Really sorry about that.
Girl, let's not have that happen again, okay?
No, fired. Okay, let's move on to our second key takeaway. We're going to
Let's do
go
it.
overview the photos in this beautiful place. I love the repetitive mustard
Mhm.
yellow, by the way. It's really, really nice. And we're going to go down to look at this beautiful kit. Look at the interior shots of what I'm going to be using.
Beautiful.
Stylish gold silverware. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Now, let's talk about this picture. Amber, it's clear to us that you probably had an influencer come in and do some kind of photo shoot, take photos in your place. What we want you to do with this picture is caption it. Tell us why, Stacey.
Well, first of all, as I am a potential guest looking through your photos, I'm wondering, who is this girl and why is she staring off into the sky holding her head? So I'm confused by it, and a confused mind does not make a buying decision. A confused mind moves on. So I would caption it with, again, selected by X, Y, and Z influencer for a photo shoot inside our gorgeous townhouse, or, you know, make me understand, help me understand what it is that I'm looking at. Because if I think, oh my gosh, this woman who's holding her head is actually an influencer and she chose to stay in this property, I want to stay there, right? So it's a very distinct difference as to what Val and I recognize as probably what the intent is, and making it actually, again, work harder for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make it advertise that your place is special enough that an influencer chose to come and stay there and take pictures. Make sure people know that's what this picture is telling them. We're
Yep.
special. I designed this place. It was good enough for this So yeah, just make that really crystal clear when a person's flying through that that's what they're looking at.
Yep. Absolutely.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Key takeaway number 3 actually has to do with the listing description, Val. I don't know if you can pop over to that. And Amber, in your listing description, first of all, you've got obviously bullets, which I love, love, love. Kudos to you. But one of the things I wanted to call out about the listing description is the fact that you've got a great testimonial right at the very top of it. I would recommend actually putting that testimonial into Canva and including that with your images. So again, we all know that people very rarely read all of that text. So here's an example of a way that you can just pop into Canva, create a gorgeous photo that you can include with your photos that highlights that testimonial.
Yeah, no one's going to read it. It's lost here. I mean, people might read it, but it's going to be more impactful in your photos. If you do something like this, take one of your pretty photos and just place the text over top in Canva like that.
Love it. All right, let's talk about what to keep it up. Val, what do you think?
Let's talk about, I don't remember. There are a lot of things she's doing really well, but
I was going to say, Amber, you are doing so many things well. We are going to talk about the wallpaper because Val loves some wallpaper.
I sure do love wallpaper, and I love that you have added wallpaper to this space. I'm actually curious. So Amber has 4 properties in a similar sort of townhome complex, and I don't know that she has wallpaper in all of them. I'm curious if the unit with wallpaper performs better. So Amber, reach out and let us know that if that's the case. It's a really snazzy wallpaper. It is a wow moment. It's a marketable moment inside of your rental. So well done. Everybody add some wallpaper.
Awesome sauce. All right. We hope this is helpful.
We hope this is helpful. Amber, thanks for submitting your listing. We really appreciate it. And until next time, everybody, I'm Valerie Malone.
And I'm Stacey St. John. Happy hosting.
Bye for now.